On October 21, 2016, the internet collapsed before our very eyes. Millions of users around the world stared at blank screens, error messages, and endlessly spinning loading icons. Twitter was down, Netflix was inaccessible, Reddit, CNN, BBC, all offline. In New York, a young woman tried to check her Twitter feed, only to be met with an error. What was going on? Behind this chaos was Paris Jaw, a 20-year-old student, Minecraft enthusiast, and self-taught programmer. He had just launched the largest cyber attack in history using a botnet network called Mirai. This creation turned thousands of unsuspecting devices, smart cameras, routers, even baby monitors, into digital weapons that bombarded websites with traffic until they collapsed. But how did a gamer from New Jersey become the world's most wanted hacker? It all started in Fanwood, New Jersey. Paris spent most of his time in his room in front of a computer. He loved Minecraft, not just playing it, but modifying it. At just 16, he began experimenting with botnets, networks of computers that could be remotely controlled without their users knowing. At first, it was just curiosity. He wrote simple scripts to automate tasks, like scanning the internet for vulnerable devices. His first real step, a small botnet to take down Minecraft servers. A harmless prank. But as he dug deeper into this world, he realized how much power he could wield. In 2015, Paris enrolled at Rutgers University. There, along with his friends Josiah White and Dalton Norman, he began developing what would become the infamous malware, Mirai. The inspiration came from the rise of IoT devices, internet-connected gadgets with weak security. Many had default passwords that users never changed. Paris realized he could easily infect them and turn them into a digital zombie army. He began selling access to Mirai on the dark web. Demand exploded. Soon it had become one of the most powerful botnets in the world. The first major attack? In September 2016, the website of cybersecurity journalist Brian Krebs was hit with 620 gigabits per second of traffic, the largest DDoS attack recorded at the time. But it didn't stop there. In October, another even larger attack targeted French hosting company OVH, peaking at 1.1 terabits per second. Mirai had become a weapon capable of breaking the internet. On October 21, 2016, Mirai attacked DIN, a company that provided DNS services for web giants. Tens of thousands of infected IoT devices bombarded DIN servers, bringing down major websites. For Paris, it was a show of force, but also the beginning of the end. After the attack, authorities around the world launched investigations. The FBI was determined to find the perpetrators. In October 2016, the Mirai source code was leaked online, seemingly an accident but actually a deliberate move by Paris to cover his tracks. Still, the code contained clues that led investigators to him and his accomplices. In January 2017, the FBI raided his home in Fanwood, New Jersey. They found computers, hard drives, and detailed documentation on how Mirai worked. Paris pleaded guilty and struck a deal with prosecutors. He received a relatively light sentence: 6 months of house arrest, 2,500 hours of community service, and a $127,000 fine. But the damage had already been done. Publishing the source code allowed many clones to emerge. Among the most well-known, Reaper, which infected over 1 million devices, and Satori, which exploited a vulnerability in Huawei routers and affected hundreds of thousands of devices. For cybersecurity experts, Mirai was a wake-up call. It showed just how vulnerable smart devices are and how easily they can be turned into weapons. For Paris, it was a harsh lesson. A creation born from curiosity and ambition quickly became a symbol of digital chaos. The internet recovered after Mirai, but it was never the same again.